And we are live. What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite truck driver in the whole wide world. It's Bitcoin Ben. Woke up late today and had to rush to the office. Luckily, I got coffee. And as I rushed, I was listening to a show, The Modern Investor. I love that show. One of my favorite other influencers. He had a segment on his show about PayPal and how they are creating a stable coin, and how he didn't grasp why this was such a big deal. Hey, hang on one second. There we go. Much better. What I want to talk about on this episode is how people are in phases of grasping where this is all going. Right? For those of us who have been around for a long time in cryptos, we understand that this is a transition into a new economic system. This is not this is no longer a get rich quick environment. Now, mind you, you can actually get relatively wealthy relatively quick. Don't get me wrong on that. There is opportunities of getting rich quick. But those opportunities are small now. A lot more people are understanding that the wealth that is being generated is at the entrepreneur level now. How can I explain this adequately? Right? We've reached a level of adoption. We've reached a level of people are familiar with Bitcoin now. People are getting familiar with Ethereum. Now, there are a few projects that are still, if you get into them now, or you understand where they're at in their time frame, there is still time to actually get involved with them where you can make a lot of money pretty quickly. Now, these are projects like the Divi project. That one is still in that sweet spot where the price is low and hardly anybody knows about the partnership with the largest soccer league in the world. So you have a cryptocurrency project that just partnered with the largest soccer league in the world. Now, this is the first season that this is introduced. There's a ton of marketing rolling out in the next 6 months to a year with that project. The price appreciation of the Divi coin is yet to be realized on the fact that they have partnered with the largest soccer league in the world for their wallet. That is a project that you've got maybe 3 or 4 months before that price appreciation really kicks in. Now, as a lot of you know, I'm going to Texas tomorrow after I shoot the show. And the reason I'm going to Texas tomorrow is for an entrepreneur event. And the entrepreneur event is huge. The reason why it's huge is we're bringing some of the biggest players in on the entrepreneur side. See, there's very few people involved with the entrepreneur side of cryptocurrency. There's a lot of existing companies that are adopting cryptos, but people don't understand the local and the global associations that are out there and the opportunities that are out there. All right. I shared I actually received an ad from a friend in I think he's in Colorado, and he's actually a member of the Founders Group, which, if you don't know what the Founders Group is, it's a group I'm leading of investors in projects and in environments that I know opportunity is ripe and that we're going to be able to actually get involved in projects that are just launching. And he sent me a post of a property in El Salvador. It's a hotel. It's right on the beach. Now, mind you, the hotel, when I say hotel, it is not in good shape. Right? It's a fixer-upper. But the land is literally right on the beach. I mean, it has beautiful beachfront property. And they're asking $150,000 for the property. Now, the Founders Group We have an opportunity through relationships in El Salvador that I have and other people I know have, that we might be able to get that property for free. And that land is near the area of the blockchain city, the El Salvador Bitcoin city. See, this is long-term thinking. This is how groups and people get wealthy. The president of El Salvador announces that they are going to launch a blockchain slash Bitcoin city. Now, this city is going to be a major attraction in the future. And what the Founders Group is doing is we are rolling out what is called the Las Vegas model. The Las Vegas model is you recognize and you're informed on the government allocation of the area of entertainment. And then you purchase the areas around that. And you basically buy up as much land around that area, because it's the opportunity where in a year or two, as the city grows, if you plop a luxury 12-room hotel near the hub, but just outside of the hub, that's an opportunity right there to make the investment group. That's what the founders are. They're an investment group. They're a venture capital group. And so there's opportunities all over the world like this, not just with land and property, but also with projects, because there are projects that are launching in El Salvador. And the reason I say El Salvador is El Salvador is creating the legal structure that makes this all attractive for investors. See, America is anti-investment. They are anti-small business. America does not make launching a business very attractive anymore. El Salvador is creating that blockchain, Bitcoin entrepreneur environment, making it friendly. And some of us recognize that. Some of us realize what they're creating in El Salvador. Now, there's opportunities elsewhere in like Puerto Rico. There's a few in Mexico. There's a few larger resorts that are actually that we actually may be partnering with. That's That's in the early stages of negotiations. My point is that while a lot of the average viewers of cryptocurrency YouTube shows are they're still in this idea that it's 2017 all over again. But for those of us on the inside and those who have conversations with other influential, higher level cryptocurrency entrepreneurs, we understand we're past that moment now. 2017, the get rich quick, launch a coin and the coin will do good and all that stuff is not dead. It's just changing its structure. It's moving into the next phase of adoption. This is why Raoul Pal is so excited, why Michael Saylor is so excited. There it's why the CEO of Crypto World, Jeff, is so excited, which, by the way, Jeff will be in Texas with us at the entrepreneur event. We are now entering into, and see, my group, the founders group that me and Lori created, we're the first of our kind, but we're not the last of our kind. Raoul Pal is actually creating a group like this, and several other shows. I think one of them is called iMpact. I think that's his name, or I can't remember. He's also launching an investment group with some of his viewers. These are the people that really grasp what's going on at this moment, right? Because initially in cryptos, or initially in an asset class, we haven't had a true new asset class adoption since the internet of like 1994. Now, if you were around in 1994, you saw the explosion of internet everything. I mean, there were websites, there were email services. Every day you got a CD from American Online Email Service. We all remember that phase. Well, that's the phase we're going through now, where the entrepreneurs are now getting into the blockchain environment. And when I say entrepreneurs, I do not mean shitcoin launching projects. That's not an entrepreneur. Someone who launches a coin and goes, it's the next Bitcoin. That's not an entrepreneur, right? An entrepreneur is someone with a 10-year or larger business plan for a self-sustaining retail or business to business venture. It's a completely different level than someone launching a shitcoin, right? And I'm going to circle this back. I'm going to circle back and bring this right back with PayPal. See, PayPal announcing that it's going to have a stable coin is a big deal. Most people don't understand why it's a big deal. They just think, oh, PayPal is getting into the crypto world. No. They are getting in not cryptos, although they're already in it because they sell, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, whatever. They are getting into the area of the transition into the decentralized finance world in their own way. Because although decentralized finance is going to grow, there's still going to be a group of individuals who want to use a trusted service. You have to understand that not everybody in cryptos is a libertarian. Not everyone in cryptos wants to hold their own keys, hold their own coins. That there's a large swath of humanity that still wants to rely on a centralized organization. And that's the area that, like PayPal, the Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, that all these established entities are going, because they understand the transition. They understand that their influence is going to wane over time. They are adopting the technology to ride the wave as long as possible. Right? Here's an example of what I'm talking about. Do you know that the Encyclopedia Britannica has a website? All right. The Encyclopedia Britannica website in the 90s, extremely popular. But now, not so popular, because we have replacements. We have Google, We have DuckDuckGo. The Encyclopedia Britannica had a time period of transition. Now they exist, and you can order an Encyclopedia Britannica, but it is nowhere near used like it was. See, when I was a kid, I can remember if you had an Encyclopedia Britannica set, there's not much that you couldn't learn about. Now, mind you, it was centralized knowledge. It was centralized, opinionated knowledge. It was controlled information. Well, the internet broke that up. So now there is uncontrolled information like DuckDuckGo, where it's just a search engine. You type in, it searches, that's it. Now, Google has an agenda behind it, a monetary agenda, where they have preferred post and they have like paid search terms and all this other stuff. Google will be replaced with a search engine that searches blockchains and blockchain linked what are called oracles. If you don't know what an oracle is in blockchain, Google it or actually DuckDuckGo it and look up blockchain oracle. Blockchain oracles are projects, and some of them are coins that hold value because the authentication of information is actually its asset. Its value is authenticating information and making sure it's accurate. And then you can predict future events off of the oracle information. Now, that's another level of blockchain that's extremely, extremely interesting and extremely profitable as we go along. See, there's so many opportunities for projects like an Oracle project or a project like Ethereum or ADA or all of I hang on a second. I'm reading a post real quick. Yeah, it Chuck Ross just wrote this. If no, I see exactly. I I see exactly your point of view, But crypto, the old system, they cannot control this, or they already would have. They know that they're trying to catch water in their hands, but they can't. You cannot monitor and regulate software. it's impossible because the government is always playing catch up. They're always playing catch up, trying to catch up to technology. They're never leading technology. The government is, the regulators are lost on where this is going. They don't grasp it. In fact, right now, they're just trying to slow it down. They're just trying to slow blockchain adoption down. They're trying to slow crypto's adoption down with futures and mini futures and all this shit they're trying to throw at cryptos, which is fine. Throw all you want. It's cryptos do not need the approval of governments. We're way past that, and they know it. It's 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 why the SEC struggles so much, because they know there's nothing they can do about this except create like a marketing campaign. Crypto's bad. Crypto's bad. Crypto's bad. Because their old system. And when I let's get into the meat and potatoes of it real quick. You have to understand that when I say the system, you are involved in the system. You have been interwoven into this system since you were a child. The education system is linked with the corporate system. The corporate system is linked with the financial system. The financial system is linked with the global control system. The problem for them is they are a connected system that is being decentralized through creative destruction of new technologies. There's nothing they can do. And a lot of us know it. It's why I don't even look at the price of friggin' Bitcoin. I don't care. I don't care what the price is, because I'm looking long term, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years out. It's like in 2017 when I was actually buying like Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, all of these coins for like $7. Ethereum, Litecoin at like whatever it was, $4. Um, Bitcoin at $600, right? Actually, at between 600 and 900. I wasn't looking at it as, ooh, 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 I'm going to get rich quick. No, I was looking at it as, forget get rich quick. I'm going to get wealthy relatively soon. Rich is the ability to lose your money and become poor, right? If you get rich quick, you can get poor quick. See, I don't think like that. I would rather get wealthy relatively soon than get rich quick, because wealth is a personal income system. Don't think of wealth as a number. Think of wealth as a system of income. And that is wealth. Wealthy people don't rely on one source of income. Rich people may, right? Rich people may rely on one source of income and call themselves rich. Wealthy people have multiple income sources. Then there's the generational wealthy. Those are the people that understand the investment triangle. The investment triangle is a timeline of investment, right? That you start out with a little bit of investment, right? Your wealthy triangle. You have a little bit to invest. That was me in like 2017. I had a little bit relatively to invest. Then as time goes by, you reinvest your profits into your next investment. And then you branch out. Then you do this, then you do that. Before you know it, you have a wheel of wealth. And that wheel of wealth has spokes of income, where you reach a point where you aren't reliant on one source of income to hold your yearly income level at a certain point. And then all you do is keep adding spokes in that wheel of wealth. And accumulative, that makes wealth. That's your wealth system. And that is where we're at the point right now in cryptos, where more and more people understand that right now, if you play your cards right, it's the easiest time in human history to create a wheel of wealth. That's what Raoul Pal is talking about. That's what Michael Saylor is talking about. That's what all of these major investors are talking about, is while you hear them say this is the biggest opportunity that humans have ever had. Yes, but they don't dive in and explain that the biggest opportunity is not one get rich coin that is the shape of a dog or whatever the latest hype coin is. It's the ability right now, entrepreneurial, to create a wheel of wealth. It's easier now than ever before because the asset class of cryptocurrencies and blockchain are at that sweet spot. The next 10 years, the next 5 years is the sweet spot for, yes, the little guys. The little guys can get involved in this because it's decentralized, right? And there were influencers like me and like Raoul Paul and that other guy, I can't remember his damn name, uh, who are leading investment groups because me and others I know, we know of the projects that are launching now. And if we as an investment group can create a spoke in that project, if we can take that project and make that one of our spokes in our wheel of wealth for our venture capital fund, then this happened in the mid 90s and early 2000s, is certain people were positioned just right where they could see who was or was not going to make it past the 1999 tech crash. There were people that were aware of like the Amazons and the Yahoos and the other software groups that were forming and moving ahead, right? El Salvador is the equivalent of Silicon Valley. That's what you have to understand. And if you are positioned right, you think that the early people in Silicon Valley, you think they only invested in one project? No. You had there are angel investors and seed round investors in the mid 90s. No one knows their name. They are billionaires, but no one knows their names. They are multi-millionaires, but no one knows their names. The reason why is because they were in the right place at the right time And they created these venture capital funds that allocated a certain amount to each project that they knew they could not only invest in, but help grow through their relationships. And they made millions. That's where we're at right now in cryptos. There's a group of us that understand and realize this is happening again. Silicon Valley is happening again, except on a global scale. And El Salvador, as of right now, is the sweetest looking place for Silicon Valley tea because of the environment the government is creating. And I'm telling you guys, the next 3 to 5 years, watching my show and other shows and like the Founders Group and joining Patreon and becoming an investor. See, there's a difference between an investor and someone who is buying cryptos on Coinbase. An investor is almost a full-time job. It is, well, you guys will see as this all rolls out. And Lori and I and others, you'll see. And once you get it, you'll get it. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Things are getting interesting, my friends. And with all of these coins, remember, social tokens. I've told you guys about social tokens on my Patreon show. Your laptop, if you have it set up right, is going to make more money for you than your job does right now. Speaking of that, let's run an ad from the sponsor, Calyx Solutions.
Are you buying and selling cryptos on the same laptop that you're using to browse the internet, read your email, and visit social media sites? If so, you're exposing your cryptos to theft. Whenever you're online, you're at risk of getting hacked and having your identity stolen. How would you feel if someone stole all of your cryptos? What would that do to your finances? Guard your cryptos with a safe and secure laptop from Calyx Solutions. Each laptop is set up just for you and your cryptos, and then we walk you through exactly how it works. Don't risk the security of your cryptos. Order a crypto laptop from Calyx Solutions now to secure your crypto future. Learn more at calyxsolutions.io.
And we're back. I'm telling you, folks, everything going on right now, everything in cryptos, everything in crypto mainstream media, they're confused because the people in crypto mainstream media, their bosses are trying to suppress the little guy, retail. They're not ready for a system where retail investment leads the investment community. They still want the old system where they are the venture capitalists. They are the angel investors. They are the people that make the big money. And then when they're ready to let the little guys in, that's not where you make the majority of the gains. Once the company has gone public, that's maintaining the financial health of the company. That's it. The investor is not going to make a shit ton of money off the retail investor, the regular 401k investor is not going to make a shit ton of money in their 401k relatively quickly. And really, the rate of growth in comparison with the rate of inflation, you're actually not doing very well. So, this transition into this new retail, decentralized, tokenized equity world, the old system's not ready for it because they, in reality, they don't want it. They don't want a perfect example was GameStop. When all of the billionaires that were shorting that got wrecked and then went on Fox News and they were bitching and complaining. Well, these little retail people, they shouldn't be allowed in the market. They're not sophisticated enough to know that we were shorting it, so they shouldn't have bought it, so we should have gotten paid a bunch of money, but in reality, we got our asses handed to us. Yeah. Welcome to the new system, old wealthy white man. The new system is not actually going to be based on your influence. It's actually going to be based on a decentralized influence. And I know that breaks their little hearts that the wealthy are slowly losing their grip on the financial global infrastructure that's coming and that is here and that us entrepreneurs are building. So my heart goes out to all of the wealthy billionaires who had a few less $1 million in their bank account this Christmas. I hope that they lived through it. Okay, on that, everybody, have a great day. Now, tomorrow after the show, I will be heading to Texas. I got a shit ton to do, but I will be doing shows. Hopefully, they might be recorded earlier because I got a lot going on, but I will be putting out shows while I'm in Texas. They're just going to be earlier than usual. So everybody have a great day. And we remember, this is just the beginning, folks. Hodl. Bye-bye.